and we remember it. You guys sit around and go, well, wait till the dust settles and try again. And then you're talking about it again. Now we got 2 recordings of you talking about taking my car or getting me kicked out of my home. And then you wait till the dust settles and then you try again. So now we got 3. And now we got 75 of the fucking ringtone, Richard. And we got hundreds of the ones about taking my car. Mechanical ruining it. Take my, make it where it doesn't start, Calvin. Have somebody wreck it. Have somebody tow it. Over and over every fucking day, y'all talk about it. Get her kicked out of her house. Make her lie. Coercion is a crime. Voyeurism is a crime. And you're caught when you do it to me. And you act like you have no idea what those words mean. It's embarrassing. Why aren't you embarrassed? You should be. What the hell is the Knights of the Templar, whatever that is? What is that, Charles? In a court of law? See, that's why you won't let me in court, because I promised you I'd ask you about it on the stand in court of law. What is it? Get your doll and shove it up your ass? That thing pisses me off. It doesn't get you a date, and it doesn't get you a cover-up. And yet, everything I hate you do. Everything that gets you told on, you do it. Is that what you want? You like getting told on? You like pissing me off? You don't get a date, 12 years. Listen, it's not been a day or a week or a month. It has been every day for 12 years. I don't like you. You sicken me. And you're told on. Every day, Mr. Perry. You enjoy pissing women off? You don't have a cover-up if I'm talking about it. So once again, I'm going to end. I don't have time for this shit, Mr. Perry. I have a life. You should try getting one. Pathetic. Nothing more pathetic than a little bitch who can't move on. That's Michael Weston. That's Michael Weston. You're not wanted. I'm not in love with you. I don't care what you think. You're Looney Tune. We're all kind of tired of hearing it. You never shut up. I've never seen anything like it. Just like him.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Do you hear how she says, I don't want proof of this? You hear how she said that? So, when you're getting somebody all over you like that, like it feels like you're being raped. I've been raped. I've been stalker raped. It feels the same. You're violated. You've got some ugly piece of trash forcing themselves on you against your will, and it feels like rape. It's not a mutually consensual relationship, Charles. You're rejected, stupid. You're stupid. You know that? It embarrasses me. I don't like that. I don't like it. I really don't. I like people who work hard and have something interesting to talk about. I already know what I did all day. You're stupid. You're just stupid. I don't know what else to say. It embarrasses the hell out of me. Absolutely embarrasses the fuck out of me that you act the way you do. Like you have no idea what people are saying. She says, I don't want to get proof of this. I'm going to tell you something. When you've got someone traumatizing, when you're a victim of stalking, you're traumatized every single day, all day long. Especially when they violate you with technology, like Mr. Perry has the money to pay for technology of putting a camera in your house. He said the same thing. I took a picture of you. You got scratches on your arm. And she's going, what? And you got a picture of my family too? Sick. Get a life. Get a fucking life. You guys are all the same. You stalker weirdo types. You're all the same. So when you're traumatized like that, because clearly what she meant to say wasn't, I don't want proof of this. Clearly that's not what she meant. She's trying to get proof of it. So she gets her phone. She's starting to film this guy, harassing her. Pattern of harassment, Mr. Perry. Pattern of harassment. You've taken my money. Everybody's mad. You took my home. Everybody's mad. You're not being talked about like you're some great guy I should be with. Everybody's like, when the hell are these guys gonna arrest this bitch? We're all sick and tired of this. I can imagine she really is. So nobody's gonna help you. You call everybody you want to call. How do you know which ones are lying and how do you know which ones are telling you the truth? You won't know till it's too fucking late. Banging on your door. You get to go to jail and we don't have to deal with your shit anymore. You criminal bitch. You know, me and you and your skirt and your lipstick and your doll. You're pathetic. So this guy traumatize her. And what she meant to say was, I want to get proof of this. And she says, I don't want to get proof of this. She does, clearly. But when you're traumatized, you'll mix up words like that. And so I know I've done that. I've listened to some of my podcasts, and I mixed up some words. You're traumatized. I had a shrink. We have a shrink. The police that are helping me have a shrink that thinks you need to be in the funny farm. About 12 years past a good time to be in a butterfly net or a nursing home. Alzheimer's, we have to repeat. She told the judge, Cynthia has to repeat herself over and over and over. It's I don't even know, clearly he's got something wrong with him. That he can't seem to remember what she said, or that he's already been caught on that. The judge said, what kind of people continue to do the same thing they've already been caught on? Do they not know they're caught? Do they not know you already have this? Yeah. How embarrassing for you. How fucking embarrassing and pathetic for you. So, anyways, so she tells me, Mr. Perry's a sexual sadist. He gets off on making women cry. You cannot cry. He thinks that's sex. You can't do it. And you're going to want to cry if you can, and you really, really need to. Go somewhere where he can't see you. If you have to, just find a random restaurant, go in the bathroom and cry, go do that. But make sure he can't see you cry. He thinks that's sex. He really thinks that. He's a sex sadist. So, don't let him see you cry. In the meantime, if she taught me techniques to use so that I don't cry. Isn't that pathetic? I had to go through that kind of training to learn how not to cry. Because if you watch The Hunger Games, Katniss cries. You watch Columbina, she cries. We've had loss. Severe, significant, profound, catastrophic loss. You lose your home, you lose your car. That's a severe loss. You caused it. Everyone hates you for it, Charles. It's not a trophy. Everybody hates you. Why don't you understand that? You're not liked. You're told on. Why don't you get that? Why are you stupid? Why are you stupid? We hate you for what you're taking from me and the Neelys and the Millers. Hate your guts. That's why you're told on. Why don't you understand that? Why? Golly. I'm so embarrassed by you. Everyone is. So embarrassed by you. Why aren't you embarrassed? You should be. Why don't you know that? You're pathetic. I left to get away from you. Dumbass. You're not loved. You are not wanted. You're told on and told on and told on and told on more than ever before in your life. Is that the results you wanted? 12 years ago, when I met you, all of a sudden your life ended. You took my home. You act like you think that's a good thing. The reason you guys are told on, because everybody hates you for the loss you're causing. How come you not? Why don't you get that? Why don't you get that? You don't get what you want. You get told on. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's what you want. Because you never stop. You never shut up. You never stop pestering. You never stop invading my privacy. You keep provoking and provoking and provoking and provoking and provoking. It's like you like getting told on. Nobody does the same thing every day if they don't like the results they're getting. And look back 12 years ago. You don't get a date. I don't like you. You're rejected. I left. I needed to get away from you. You're a monster. I don't find you attractive. I think you're repulsive. Even prisoners find guys like you repulsive. You're the kind that get beat up in jail. Your attorneys are going to have to make some special arrangements for you. Sex perverts. Jeff Epstein, Dr. Weck said, had cameras in his own home. In his own home. And his friends threw a fit when they found out about it. People don't like that, bitch. You do things people don't like, they're not going to like you. And I've said that. Write it down, Alzheimer's. You should know that. Nobody should have to explain it to you. With the puppets and the crayons and the finger paint. Special ed teacher. When you do things that are illegal, those are things people don't like. It's called deviant conduct. Outside social norms. You're not chivalrous. You're the beast. Everybody has to beat off the woman. Cancer. You're a cancer. Killing everything in your path. And you can't control yourself or stop yourself any more than cancer can you? You don't have any control. When we get what you just said, it's never up to you. It's never up to you. What did Maricopa County tell you? How do I know that's... You called them? You know what? One of my guys says, guess what? There's somebody that used to be in New Mexico when your dad was the chaplain. He's not there now. We talked to him, and guess what he said? He's talking to a buddy of his, and he goes, you remember that chaplain we had over in New Mexico, Lynn Hall? Yeah. You know those sex weirdos from Texas? Yep. The sex exploitation? Yep. And he said some other things to identify you, but I'm not going to get into all that. And he said, they killed a cop. Guess who caught it? And the other guy goes, Lynn? Nope. Lynn's kid. His daughter caught it. You're shitting me, he said. Nope. His daughter caught it. His kid caught that. The guy goes, fuck. Yeah. So, what do you think people say behind your back when you're not looking? What a great guy you are? Nope. Everybody hates your guts. You taking my home again, because this is not the first time. The house in Lubbock, Daryl offered to pay the rent. And it was refused. Because the guy was paid more to kick me out. We didn't have wild parties. I'm a single mom of Dennis. Dennis was 10. My children's lives blew up because you blew them up. When you do things that are illegal, people don't like it. When you do that, so they're not going to like you. You're not even getting cooperation. You're getting told on, and you act like you have no idea what's happening. Not a clue. It's so embarrassing. It's so fucking embarrassing to me that you're that stupid. Social feedback, you can't read it. Wow. So embarrassing. I wouldn't be in a room with you for millions, Mr. Perry. You and your little dolly. You know, you can't take your little dolly to jail with you. What are you going to do then? Huh? What are you going to do then? That thing is bugged up, by the way. So when you want to know how we found out what you just said, that's how. Yep. You don't get a date with it. You're pissing me off. You act like a girl. I don't like that. I hate that. That's disgusting to me. You know, there are lesbians that like people like you. Or you know, I don't know what the hell your sex orientation is or your, you know, gender identity is. All I know is that I like guys who act like guys. I like men who act like men. And I guess you had somebody come and ask me if I'm a lesbian. And I'm like, because I don't like him? Are you shitting me? What is Fabian? What's my ex-husband? They're dudes. They act like dudes, though. They don't look like little girls. So, I mean, I think the question is back to you. Is he a lesbian? I mean, what is his deal? Why is he acting like a girl all the time? Drama queen. Yeah. So you're just pathetic like that guy. He's saying shit doesn't even make sense. Just like you. Just like you. So, I'm gonna quote your guy again. When he pesters her and takes her money, things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've never seen before. I think we need to find out who these guys are right now. It's just flicking at us. When it stands up and crushes us, I don't want to be anywhere near Charles Perry when that happens. Charles, I want for you to shut up. Will you please shut the hell up? No one cares what you think. Were you asked? I don't think you were. We're sick of hearing it. We're all tired of hearing it. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. We're tired of your drama queen act. We're tired of you need a lie. I said no. I've said no every day for 12 years. No. Go away. Shoo fly, shoo. Go away, little pest. The more you fuck with me, your other guy said, We've never had one figure out they had cameras in the house. We were causing their problems. Sue us, invoice us, and solve a murder we committed to cover all that up. To cover all that up I added that. But you're seeing it now, and yet you keep provoking that. Wow. Again, doesn't get any stupider than that. Does any of your brain work? They have these brain scans that they've done on serial killers, and their brain is fucking black. Like, you can see brain activity. The scan is all colored. In a normal thinking brain, people can think. They can think. Not a serial killer. It's all black. Bunch of the brain is black. Yours like that? You just stupid like that. When you do things people like, when you do things people like, they're going to like you. When you do things people don't like, they're not going to like you. They're going to hate your guts. You've created a lot of animosity against you, Mr. Perry. You don't have a date in 12 years. I'm not trying to hold your hand. I'm kicking you off me. You need to take the social feedback and get off me. You're not getting a date with me. What has happened every day for 12 years is you're told on and 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 told on. Everybody hates your guts for what you're putting me and my family through. Hates you with a vengeance. Hates you. It's not hard to get information. You too, David. You too, Josh and Matt and Joe. So if a little girl, young girl, didn't finish high school, that was her point. I didn't get to finish high school. Somebody had to take care of my family. My parents, my mom and my stepdad are fucking meth addicts. They can't even get off the couch. So one of us had to work so we can eat. So I started dancing. And even I know this is not about a date. Because when you like someone, you do things they like. You don't go talk to their coworkers behind their back and tell them, you make her like me. And if you can't do it, then you find me something that I can put her in jail until she changes her mind. We're going to perpetrate another fraud upon a court. I want your help. Guess what? She said, fuck that. What I want to know is, what the hell is this really about? It's not about a date. What happened to dinner and a movie? Why is he trying to put you in jail all the time? They said you just got out of jail. I said, I did. They false arrested me. I did something I had to legally do by law. They obstructed justice. They destroyed my evidence. And if nobody else gets you on that, my guys will. They can still get you on harassment. Witness tampering. Your act was a false arrest, fraud upon a court. Grand larceny with intent to coerce, interference with commerce and commerce. Contracts in commerce with intent to coerce. You're going to jail. I don't care what bullshit you tell yourself. You live in loopy land. All of you do. Because you're not looking at what's happening. None of you act like you understand what's happening. When I'm quoting you, the Fabian puzzle, you got somebody on you. You can't stop. Somebody with power. Wasn't up to you, was it? And in response to your BioLi money, what I said is, give back what you legit owe me and get the fuck out. And I never want to hear from you again. Now, the longer I'm broke because you make me broke, the longer Mike's in jail, because you made him go, you're fraud upon a court. That's a thing for you. Everybody notices it now because you've done it so much. When you hear her podcast, now you know why he won't let her in court. She's not the stupid stripper he made her sound to be. No, actually had a pretty good career going until he ruined it. So, you like ruining people because you can't keep up, can you? You're just pathetic, aren't you? Stupid. What's the Knights of Templar? What is that, Perry? Huh? I'm going to put you on the stand and ask you, what is that? You explain to the court. What is that? Why don't you do it now? You got some kind of secret court something going? So you can false arrest me again? Judge Parker involved in that? Judge Kirkendall? Huh? Who's the judge on it? Why don't you tell us? For the court. What is the Knights of Templar? Explain that. Who is it helping me? Who got me the Fabian puzzle in jail? Why aren't you embarrassed by what you are? Because you embarrass the hell out of me. You don't get a date, you get told on. Why is that? Why don't you explain for the court why that is? Why do people hate you so much? Why don't you explain for the court why that is? Why can't you just get a fucking date, normal way? With somebody who actually likes you without holding them at gunpoint? Why do you gotta have these conversations, carrot the stick? Do I look like a fucking animal? Am I a dog? You treat women like they're animals? Carrot and the stick? Wow. People aren't people to you, are they? They're just objects. You're a sociopathic maniac, all of you. You too, Calvin. You're really sick. You're in a lot of trouble too, Calvin. It isn't normal to want to hurt people. It's normal to not want to hurt people, to want to help, to relieve suffering. We all saw it, Hurricane Katrina. We all saw it, 9/11. Every time you watch a fucking St. Jude's Hospital commercial, you want to get your wallet out and give to those little kids. People don't like suffering, and they don't like you because you cause it. And if you can't tell that by now, 12 years into this, you really do need to be in a special needs facility. And we have to say the same thing over and over and over, because mentally slow Charles Perry can't get it. Can't keep up with everybody else. Don't contact me, bitch. I hate it. Oh my God, I hate it. It's disgusting. The more you pester me, the more you take my money and cause problems, you don't get a date, dipshit. You get told on. You're not loved and wanted, you're told on. Look at your results. I believe in the law of attraction. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. You're not loved and wanted, you're told on. You're caught. That's what you want, all of you. Or that's not what would be happening right now if you didn't want it. You like getting caught and told on, huh? Sometimes guys are they get so disgusted with themselves and they can't control themselves to stop. So they attract people in their life that'll do it for them. And that's what you've done. And I always wanted to be like my granddad. Relieve suffering. I'm going to tell you something about Mike Neely. That man has been tormented and tormented and tormented, and we know that, Mr. Robertson. Every time y'all think you're going to make me do something against my will and lie for you and become a part of your crime, y'all run over there and tell him, don't you? She's going back to Texas. We got her kicked out of her house. And he starts getting discouraged and losing hope because he knows I have the answer to that gate opening up so he can go home. Because you did that murder. And guess what? A lot of people know you did that murder and they hate you for it too. All the suffering that you're causing has caused people to turn against you and hate your guts. And you know what? Wherever it is that you are, if our guys go in front of a judge and say we need a court order, listening device for blah, 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 XYZ, they're going to have a little meeting. It takes one person who's sick of you sitting on your fat, lazy asses talking about other people's ruin because you need a lie and you don't have one anymore. To put something in that room, and we got your whole meeting. We got your whole meeting. You don't know that that person's not a part of your group or someone that went in ahead of you. You don't know, do you? You'll never know. If we can figure out how to figure out, she's going to go stay at XYZ place because you got her kicked out of her house. Now everybody's mad. So what we're going to do is we don't walk right in the lobby. We're going to kind of watch things and see who goes where and who does what and get through to them that way. And you didn't know that? You didn't think of that? And since I talked to them, my guys, before you'll ever find out what I'm doing. They already have it set up. You'll never know. Right? There was something else I brought up like that you guys think it worked. Well, we're just going to do it like that. Yeah, no, we do things in a far more covert way. You'll never know it until it's too fucking late. There's a reason you're more caught than ever in your pathetic excuse of a life. Mr. Perry, you are of no interest to me at all, but for you're a criminal. We all want locked up, so you are removed from the society you pose a danger to. Stop tormenting Michael Neely. I told you, get him home, or it will be done for you. And if we have to do it, you will not like how we do it any more than you like how we find out what you just said. Can't get her to take the yellow brick road. How does she even know about that? We're going to use the carrot and the stick approach. Blankenship, Calvin, Desiree, Muffin Man, whoever the fuck that Muffin Man. It's like y'all are the romper room. Muffin Man. Golly. Daycare people. Little old farts that like, you know, people are sick and tired of this, Charles. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't love you. It doesn't matter what you feel. You're a Looney Tune. You're a whack job. It doesn't matter what you feel. We're all tired of hearing about your soap opera. I don't feel anything for you but disgust, repulsed. Dr. Weck said that about Jeff Epstein. Even prisoners are repulsed by sex weirdos like these guys who do shit like put a camera in their house. And you're putting it in other people's homes. You don't have my consent, sir. You don't have my consent. The more you hurt people, the more you are hated. You're not even getting cooperation, much less a date. You're not loved, you're not wanted, you're told on. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. You're not loved and wanted, you're caught. Act like you understand what the fuck I'm saying. I'm not a special ed teacher. Go get somebody who's specially trained in helping people like you who are slow understand. Because I don't have it. That's not my gift. Go find somebody else. 6 times this man had to be told, leave me alone. 6 times. This person is pointing out how that's unusual. That's not normal. You embarrassed the hell out of me. And I've asked the shrink, why is he not embarrassed? Doesn't know he should be. He needs to be in a special needs facility, either a nursing home or a mental hospital. Where's Jackie and Jordan and Matthew while you sit around in your sick, fat, lazy ass bothering everybody else? What's the Knights of Templar? Perry. You know what that is? Have you ever heard of it? Why don't you tell the judge what that is? Why don't you tell the judge what that is? Here's the thing. We got a reporter that said, had they done what she said in March 2020, when you offered me a bribe, and I said, no, I don't want your bribe. You owe me money legit. Give it back and get the fuck out. Get Fabian and Tristan up here so we can talk. And you butt out. Wannabe. You're just a wannabe. You'll never be wanted. And give my money back. Get my club full of people because you ran all the customers off. Make it up to them. Make amends. AA says make amends. When you do wrong, you take personal responsibility and you go, I did wrong. It's kind of in the Bible too. Put down your sacrifice and go make it right before you come into my house. God said, make it right when you wrong somebody. You didn't stump somebody's toe. You murdered. You took a life. You took somebody's home. You took somebody important that they love. You caused a conflict in a relationship that didn't need to have a conflict because you butt in where you're not wanted, where you weren't invited. Nobody asked you what you think, did they? You weren't asked. You and Connie Curry ought to date each other. You feel like you need a girlfriend? Go get her. Y'all are just alike. Exactly the same. Just little bizarre, bored, pathetics, butt-ins. I've never seen anything in my golly. So I told you, get my money back to me and get Michael Neely home. We can all see he didn't do it. You can't beat somebody to death and have not a mark on you. You can't do it. It's not doable. And on top of that, he was treated with Narcan for being overdosed because you guys overdosed. You tried to kill him with opioids, didn't you? So it was the same with me and Michael. You poison us, and when we don't die, then you do a false arrest. And you're trying to do another one. You have been since when I was in jail for the first one. All the inmates heard about it, and guess what? Even prisoners are repulsed by sickos like you. So they all talked. It's probably been all over Lubbock 20 times by now. You know how Lubbock is. It happens at 8 o'clock. By 8:11, it's all over town. Everyone knows what you're doing, Charles. You're not fooling anybody. You're stupid. You think everybody's as stupid as you. They're not. Everybody's just mad at you all the time. Why is he doing that to her? Why can't he just leave her alone? You don't know what people say behind your back. That's what they say behind your back. We have our ear to the ground in a whole lot of places. Dumbass. You think you're the only ones we hear? You don't even know who we are. Conglomerate of law enforcement is what I've heard. I've heard it's the CIA, it's the NSA, it's Interpol, it's for all kinds of Secret Service. It's for a while it was Roswell Police Department. I'm like, yeah, Roswell Police Department has that kind of resources. Wow, okay. No one's gonna tell you shit. It's a need to know. But I'm gonna tell you, when they can do things like get the Fabian puzzle to me in jail right up under your nose and tell me what you just said, she's supposed to be in jail and not able to appeal. Wait, we didn't get our way. Where's my lipstick? I'm gonna get all girl about it. Where's my lipstick and my dolly and my skirt? I'm gonna be a girl. Yeah, we're all going, wow. Okay, here's the thing. Men take responsibility for what they've done and they make it right. You didn't stump people's toe. You took a life. You ruined lives. Ruined them. Devastated them. Forever. We will never be the same. We don't have to forgive you. We don't have to. What I've decided to do is not be bound to your darkness. I'm going to fight your crime until you're gone. I'm going to do everything I can to get Michael Neely home and fight your crime till you're gone. And then put it in the past and move on. It isn't going to change who I am at all, except that I become more determined every day to fight your crime till you're gone. I am Chief Hall's granddaughter, sir. I am Chief Hall's granddaughter, Mr. Perry. I get that you don't understand what the fuck people are saying, so I'll let your attorney explain to you what that means. And I wanted to be just like him. My granddad was an amazing man who blessed lives of anybody and everybody who knew him. My grandmother said she got over 200 letters when he died. The people appreciated who he was and what he did. Relieve suffering caused by crime. You're safe now. To the victims, you're safe now. He can't hurt you anymore. That is his legacy, and that is all I eat, drink, sleep, breathe. That's it. Nothing else matters to me but that. A man's kindness brings blessings, and a man's cruelty will be his downfall. So, his name is on the front door of the police station, where he was the chief of police in Roswell, New Mexico. And guess what? There was a man who also could not keep his fucking pants zipped up. Just like you. He was very cruel to my granddad. And guess what? Nobody remembers who the hell that guy was. It doesn't matter. You know who matters? My granddad. A man's kindness brings blessings. His cruelty will be his downfall, because people love individuals who sacrifice and relieve suffering. And when you watch how the world came together on 9/11, did people have a big party and love Osama bin Laden for causing the suffering, or those heroes who helped relieve it? It's not rocket science, dipshit. When you are the one causing the suffering, everyone hates you. Everyone hates your guts. You have no idea how many people hate your guts and just want you to be gone. That is what your cruelty has gotten for you. Nothing more. I do not like you, you sick son of a bitch. I eat and I drink and I breathe day in and day out. Justice, the truth. Dear God, we pray. Arise, get glory, and melt. Let your enemies melt like wax before you. We pray it every day. Mr. Perry, I need for you to shut up. Listen to the words that I'm saying, Mr. Perry. We're sick and tired of hearing what you think. No one asked you. You were not asked. Will you please just shut up? We're tired of you. We're tired of your drama. I don't want to hear from you. You make my skin crawl. Will you please shut the fuck up and get out of my life? The more you bother me, the more you get told on, because I don't like you. Justice for Mike Neely and for the women and children that you rape every day and pimp out on your dark web sex exploitation thing, human rights violations is what got this opened up to begin with, Mr. Perry. You better watch out. It isn't up to you when we get what you just said. You're provoking. Mr. Perry, listen to the words that I'm saying. We're all tired of hearing what you think, sir. Listen to the words. Act like you understand me. They're about to put you in the funny farm, Mr. Perry, because you act like you have no idea what people are saying. I don't want to hear it. Shut up and go away. No one asked you what you think. You need to shut up and go away. You need to control yourself. Act like you understand me. I don't want to hear from you. Shut up and get away from me. I don't like you. When you pester me and contact me after I've asked you to shut up and go away, and when you take my money, you get told on more. Your guy says you're seeing things happen you've not seen before. Do you remember? I just said it about 5 minutes ago. Do you understand? This fucker types in my computer like he thinks. First of all, hacking is a crime. Voyeurism is a crime, and he couldn't know what I'm doing right now, but for doing both of those. He starts trying to talk to me, and I'm like, no, that's not. I said shut up, didn't I? Get out of my computer. You're hacking. That's a crime. Get out of my computer. You guys, we've talked about this over and over. You want me pulled over. You want to use my food delivery apps. You hacked him because we called. My guys called. All four. Is there any way they can get their people to order and get her as the driver? Nope, it's an algorithm. The only way they could do that is hacking her. And if they hack her, they know right where she's going to be. So they can have their buddy call and get me to deliver, whatever, Chipotle. Somebody's very upset I won't go to Chipotle. I won't go to Chipotle because you're using Chipotle. Chick-fil-A either. Won't go to either place. You gotta get your buddy to get me on the camera, just like Neal here said. I got a picture of you. And she's like, ew. Guess what? I don't have a picture of you. Because you're a stalker. That doesn't matter. Stalking is a felony, Charles. Stalking is a felony. Not a date. Charles, listen to the words I'm saying. Act like you understand me. You want to be an elected official, you better start acting like you have good judgment. Reasonable, prudent. Charles Perry, I don't like you. Move on. Go date Connie Curry. You guys are the same. You have a lot more in common with her than you do me. I don't like you. Nothing about you do I like. You're a turnoff. You're a fat, lazy slob turnoff. Creepy. You're creepy. You're weirdo. You're a turnoff. You're a turnoff. You disgust me. Now, did I say it enough times where you'll remember it now? This is irritating when you have to say the same thing over and over. Look, everybody's irritated with this bitch.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my god! It's too damn early for this shit! Leave me alone!
How do you dress like this? What are you a prostitute? I'm curious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave
You
me
can call
alone.
all you want.
Now, the other thing about calling the local police, I fucking don't do it. You know why? I have police from somewhere else helping. Tulsa police gave my police report right to the offender. And then, when I had a car accident, hit and run, and I walk in with evidence going, this might be stalking related. Yeah, we don't take evidence here. And I said, today it is. Today's how you do this. You can take my evidence, damn it. That's what cops do. Watch connecting the dots. Hang on. You see that video, TPD? Watch it. Learn how to be a cop when dealing with stalking. I've almost been killed a couple times. You know who saved my ass? Not you. Don't go to work tonight. We just recorded him talking about giving you a shot and say he's going to say it's an unfortunate allergic reaction. They're going to fake up a medical emergency. You're going to get in there and help. Then they're going to say the guy's got a virus. You're going to have to take this shot or you'll get it too. And your hitman said, what do I do if she doesn't take the shot? And you said, Charles, you make sure she takes the shot. You make her think she'll die if she doesn't. Right after I found out Mike Neely was drugged. That was this, Mr. Perry, I need for you to listen to me. Please shut up. I don't want to hear it. No one wants to hear it. We're all tired of hearing it. Act like you understand what I just said. I don't call locals. Here's the reason. I'm going to either get one like that that did that to me and hurt me, or I'm going to get one that ends up like Lucky and Mike. So I'm not going to call locals unless I absolutely do not have a choice. Is that established now for the record? Does everybody understand where I'm coming from on that? I was traumatized both times by the police. I'm not going to do it. So I need everybody for the record to understand my position on locals. I don't call locals. I have police from somewhere else that are actually doing the job. So I don't talk to locals because either one of two things is going to happen. Just like my coworker. How do you know which cops are good and which ones are bad? Like the ones that work for the stalker senator weirdo that comes in here, tells us we're supposed to make you like him. Yeah. Guess what else? When I said I got on stage and those two guys were about to hand me money and one of them pushes the other one's hand away. You can't give her money. She pissed off some bigwig in Texas. And then he goes, then let's get out of here. I don't want to be here. They left. I threw a fit about it. A couple weeks later, the whole stage is covered with money. I pull it all off the stage and I walk to the back and one of the girls goes, about time he lets you make money. Okay, that's how everybody feels about you, Charles, and what you're putting me through. You're not a hero. You're a villain. You think you cause enough problems, a big enough crisis, I'll call you and you are off your fucking nut. No, sir. Absolutely not going to call you ever. This is the way you talk to me. Or if I can fucking get Tulsa Police on the right page here, down there, after you've waived your right to counsel and you want to confess on a legal yellow pad, go ahead. Otherwise, there will never be a conversation between me and you. After you're convicted, maybe I'll come to the jail and go, now is it cute what you did? All that shit you did to me that you thought was so cute. How is it now? How is it now, bitch? You got to explain to your kids, what was so important, Dad? You had to embarrass us with this. Because I promise you they're going to ask you that question. I can't wait. You think that it's okay and everybody's supposed to give you a pass if you want to be a criminal weirdo. And I said no. No, not this time. You don't get to ruin somebody's life. You don't get to murder. You don't get to kill a cop. And I don't call locals for one of two reasons. I'm either going to get one on your payroll that's going to hurt me, which traumatized me. It's traumatizing, especially when you're raised in law enforcement. 4 generations of it. Here's how you're supposed to do police work. And then that happens. It's a jolt to your whole belief system, isn't it? Or they end up dead or false arrested because they try to help. Shove the doll up your ass, bitch, right now. Is it getting you a date or is it getting you told on? Stop acting like a little girl. You embarrass the hell out of me. I'm not shitting you. Stop it. Control yourself. This Tulsa Police is how guys do. They have money. They put a camera in your fucking house. They hack everything. And you know that. You already know that. And we know you know that.
Try online workouts from Les Mills Plus.
This is the other one. Connecting the dots. Connecting the dots. You know what's funny? As a long time ago, I think I tweeted before my false arrest, to Mays County, if you can't fucking connect the dots, something wrong with you. You don't need to be in law enforcement. I think I said that long time ago. You better start connecting dots. Yeah, look at the title of that. I hadn't even seen this yet. This is protocol. Tulsa Police, you take the police report, then you collect the evidence, and then you investigate, and then you come to a proper determination. You don't give the police report right over to the offender. Here, obstruct justice, cause her to lose. I didn't get a blood test, Josh. Where's my blood test? They're questioning your judgment, too. If you want to be in law enforcement, you have to show that you can exercise good judgment. And if you're unable to properly identify Mr. Perry's legislative duties and what state he legislates in, and understand that the laws in Oklahoma are stalking is a crime. It's felony. When you cross state lines, you're in a lot more trouble. It's federal now. It's federal. I had all those texts and all those emails, and you didn't bother to get all that. That's not using good judgment, Josh. Matt. Charles is mentally ill. We expect him to do anything whack job there is. If it's whack job, he'll do it that way. But y'all, Charles wants to be governor. And you can't understand what the hell you just said? Don't contact me. I don't like it. Neal. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. We're all sick of hearing it. Neal. The more you pester me, try to talk to me, I can see you. Is it your family telling on me? I'm a mental 2-year-old. We just want you to lie. Nope. No, we just want you to shut up. We just want you to shut up, Neal. Go date Connie Curry, button. You two are the same. You have a whole lot more in common with her than you do me. Where's Jacqueline when you bother everybody else and ruin and rape and rob? Huh? Where is your wife, Jackie, when you bother me? Does she know her husband is whack job and thinks he has 2 wives? A forged marriage license? And a power of attorney I didn't forged? I didn't sign that. I haven't signed any of it. We understand you were trying to now do some sort of wedding. Because everybody's like, gosh, where's the wedding pictures? I don't think she signed that. I think it's a forgery. There's no ceremony. She didn't agree to that. You did it without her permission or consent. And you did. Now he's trying to do a false arrest and then sit me down and go, here, I wrote this letter of apology. You're going to sign it. We're going to have a ceremony because I lied to everybody and I got to have pictures. So I'm going to get pictures now. Yep, you're caught. You got caught. When you bother me, you get caught. You don't get a date. Doesn't go both ways. You're a sick son of a bitch. You've been living a pretend life for a long time. Caught up to you, didn't it? It usually does. See, if you were smart and used good judgment, you'd know that. The criminal types don't think past today. They always have a knee-jerk reaction. They always do. You know, they don't have any foresight. They always think about just right now today. And if you were smart, Mr. Perry, you'd have known before when you kill a police officer. You would. And while you're asking if I'm a cop, you'd have known I was going to look into that. And somebody said that when they found out I was looking into what happened with Mike and Lucky. I pulled up his case. I started reading the whole docket, every document on the docket. I read it. And the guy said, now watch. She's going to find every mistake they made. Charles, I need for you to shut up. Listen to the words I'm saying, sir. What does it mean when someone tells you, shut up? I don't want to hear it. What does that mean? Do you know? Act like you know. You gonna be governor of monkeys? At the zoo? I mean, you act like you have no idea what people are saying. What I said is shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. Everybody's sick and tired of hearing it. You need to shut up. Don't contact me. Don't contact me. I don't like it. I asked you to shut up and go away, didn't I? And the more you pester me, and the more you take my money, and the longer Michael Neely's in jail, and the more you contact me against my will and invade my privacy, the more your criminal ass gets kicked harder than ever in your life. And you act like you have no idea. You have not a clue. If you think my family's leaking, why you keep talking to my family? I told you to stay away from them. Didn't I? Did I not tell you stay away from my family? Over and over and over and over and over. You're not going to get a date. You're getting told on and told on and told on and told on. And you act like you have not a clue that that's what's happening. David, we thought you were the smart one. Are you not? What about Calvin? Calvin, can you not tell cause and effect by now? Yeah. Mr. Warman, can you not see cause and effect at this point that maybe you ought to restrain your client and get him back to Lubbock, busy with Jacqueline and his family, his own family, so that he has an alibi? He will need it. He doesn't know when I say those words. He acts like he doesn't know what that means. You want to use my Dasher app or my Uber Eats app or my Grubhub app to lure me to a location where you can do what? Take a picture of me? Have me pulled over, duly noted for the record. You've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. We've heard it. Because it's making people mad. Why would you harass someone like that? Mr. Perry, why would you harass people like that? Mr. Perry, you're caught. You don't have a date, you're caught. It's 12 years of this. I don't love you. You disgust me. I've said that. I moved twice to get away from you and not have a conflict. And then I made it public. Because I'm not going to be Chandra Levy. Where nobody knows what happened. If I end up dead, everyone knows for sure you did it. So that's what that reporter said. Had they done what she said in March 2020 and given it back and got Mike Neely home, They helped him get home. She's doing good. So if she continued to assert now, they killed Chief Miller, we would think she was wrong, if not crazy. Why would they help him get home if they did it? Why would she be doing okay? But see, what happened is, again, for the 4th time now, there's another court proceeding where she's not allowed in, and she should have been. And there should have been a hearing on whether or not I had standing to file a motion to intervene, which I shouldn't have had to do. Had it been fair, I'm going to tell you something. Mr. Neely can't kill somebody when he's unconscious and drugged in drug overdose mode, about to die, with his ass. Gene Mitchell should be disbarred for saying that. You told him to say that. We all know you told him to say that. You guys can't even lie right. So then, she's doing good, but here's the thing, she's not. She just lost, he carried out a threat to lose her home. She kept saying he's going to take my home, he's going to take my car for a year. Ransom raised for a year, I'm getting harassed, they're tampering with a witness, because they killed the chief, and I know that. They killed Chief Miller, and I know that. They did that, and I know that. So, again, they've kept her out of court, and they're doing exactly what she said. She's starving to death. She's homeless. They're trying to get her car. They had it wrecked again. So now we know they killed Chief Miller. Do you think there's only one reporter that says that, Mr. Perry? Who is it you think you're fooling? We think it's the other way around. When people act like they believe you, they're doing that so you'll shut up and go away. Listen, when I tell you you need to shut up, that everybody's sick and tired of hearing it, what part of that don't you get? You got a lot of people telling you what you want to hear, so you'll shut up and go away. And you don't put them in jail. They're not, oh, what's it going to do to me? You're a threat to everybody, and everybody wants you gone. It isn't hard to get information, you dumb son of a bitch. You don't get a date, you get told on, and told on, and told on, and told on, and told on. That was the outcome you wanted? Those are your results that you wanted? Because you do the same thing every day that gets you those results. Nobody has words for that. Who the fuck does that? Definition of insanity is doing the same thing every day and get the same results. We get more and more and more. We're getting exactly what we want. You're going to jail. We want it to be such a solid case you don't get out. And there's no appeal. For all of you. What's the Knights of Templar, Perry? Is this like Memo 618 on the Good Fight? They had Memo 618. You got your own Memo 618? Guess what? We got one too. Switches things up the other way around. How many judges are leaking? We got one too, Perry. It switches things the other way around. Write that down, because I'm saying it one time and never again. Okie doke. Everybody's sick and tired of y'all. And so we get more and more and more and more and more, because everybody wants you gone. We want you to shut up. Okay, Neal? Shut up. You're not all there. You're not right in the head. Last thing we want to do is hear what you not right in the head people think. It just gives you get a headache in your eye having to listen to somebody like y'all. Yep.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
Now, I forgot to do this disclaimer. So, use allegedly. No one's been found guilty in a court of law just yet. Apply the but-for standard. But-for Mr. Perry stalking me and trying to coerce me and committing one crime after another, people raping me, trying to kill me. I wouldn't do this to document it. This is to establish mains ray He intends to commit a crime, and he knows it's a crime because he's trying to make me lie. He wants to cover it up, and he's not going to get a cover up this time, and I said that 5 years ago. You got away with this shit all your life, not this time. Okay? Write it down. We're tired of repeating ourselves, Alzheimer's. Also, apply the prudent, reasonable person, which Mr. Perry can't even understand what the fuck he just said. He's not all there. He's not right in the head. But any reasonable, prudent person would document crime for court, because he's got a criminal case going, Judge Parker, that we got to document it for court. Or Judge Kirkendall. Didn't Judge Kirkendall tell you guys, I need you to leave her alone for 2 weeks. I've got to rule out entrapment and provocation. Just leave her the fuck alone for 2 weeks. And let's see if this whole thing doesn't die out. And you couldn't even do that. You can't do it for 5 minutes, can you? Was it Judge Kirkendall that said that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Please, by all means, correct me if I'm wrong. And y'all took that to mean, do it more. Do it more. If she hates it, he'll do it more. If she likes it, he won't do it at all, the shrink said. Judge, then we know it's not about a date. This is about bullying her into a lie. And she's not gonna lie. She told him to leave her alone. That's all he had to do is leave her alone. You choose for yourself to be caught and told on. Because you're not getting loved or wanted. You're getting kicked off. You're a rapist. I don't feel for you anything but disgust. Everybody knows that. You're the only one that doesn't seem to get that. And I apply and assert all constitutional rights, First Amendment and 14th Amendment. Guess what, Captain Gimpy? I have the 14th Amendment right to equal protection of the law. So when Mr. Perry sends a guy like Pinto in to solicit prostitution, sleep with him for $5,000, and be creeped out and be a little be $5,000 reacher. And nobody does a fucking thing about it, but you're worried about me giving a lap dance with socks on so that I don't poke holes in the furniture. How is that not gender discrimination? You tell us, because we're all a little confused how the logic came to be in that one. You guys explain that, Captain Gimpy. How do I know? He said, don't go Gimpy on her. You didn't listen. So now we call you Captain Gimpy. Didn't have a backbone. Get a backbone. Transplant. Call somebody that can help you with that. I have one. Why don't you? I have a backbone. Everybody talks about that. She's got a lot of courage and a lot of strength. And even his Perry's guy. We've not had one with this much longevity. She's not waving the white flag yet. The more you do to me, the more pissed off you make everybody. So why should I wave the white flag? You're seeing things happen you've not seen before. I have help you can't get to. Why would I consider waving a white flag, Mr. Perry? You're doing things that are illegal. You're getting caught and told on because you're making everybody mad. All you had to do is comply with the law. You want to be governor, act like somebody who can think past tying their shoe. If I'm quoting you, you think you're the only person we know what people say? Oh, hell no. You thought wrong. You thought way wrong. I'm going to tell you something. Police don't like it when you kill a cop. I don't care what the ones say that you are on your, payroll, your yes men. No one else thought that was cute, sir. Not at all. No, not at all. If I'm raised in 4 generations of police, guess where my loyalty is? Cop family. It's against the bad guys like you who cause suffering for the Millers forever. They won't get over it. And I'll tell you what, you don't get to rob that family of his legacy. He died in the line of duty, not a drunken ball, and those kids deserve to have that legacy. And you don't get to rob them of that. And you sure shit don't pick on me and think you're going to get away with it, and you aren't, and you haven't. And if you can't get that, you really do need puppets and crayons and a special education teacher. You're not paying attention. I said, shut up. What part of that did you take to mean? What do you think? Didn't ask you what you think. I said, shut up. We're tired of hearing it. Everybody's tired of hearing it. Everybody's sick and tired of you. And the cruelty and the suffering. Everyone is sick and tired of hearing what you think. You need to shut up. If you come talk to me, I'll slap you across the face. I'm tired of hearing it. Shut up. You want to confess? Then you better call down there, call the cops and set it up, waive right to counsel, I gotta see that first before I go down there. And you're more than welcome to explain to me why the fuck you did all this. You can do it. But you're gonna have to waive your right to counsel first. And you're gonna have to do it officially at a police department. I don't care which one. Manford, you could do it at Tulsa Police. I don't care. Big Speed, Broken. I don't care. But I have to see the piece of paper where you've waived your right to counsel. And I'm not going to talk to you. You're going to do the talking. You like to talk. You never shut up. So you're going to do the talking. You're going to explain why the fuck you did this to the Millers and the Neelys and to me and my family. Just like Neal here. Stalkers like to mess with the family too. You embarrassed the shit out of me. I wouldn't be seen with you for millions. There's no way. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Nothing more pathetic than a bitch you can't move on. I'm quoting Michael Weston. That guy's badass. Yep, that's the kind of people I respect. People like that. He's just a fictional character, but he's based off a real character. Did you know how that show was formed? The writer of the show, Matt Nix, met a former CIA guy, and they made that show. It's a great show. That's kind of the way we do things. It's not just regular police, is it? Yeah, I was watching something the other day, and they were like, call 911, and I started laughing. Yeah, okay. There's certain things that you don't use regular police for. I don't call locals, do I? 2 reasons. They're going to be, I'm not going to have them be on your, I'm up against your guy on your payroll. The people I work with even ask that. How do we know which cops are good and which ones are bad? Like the ones that work for your senator, stalker person that won't fuck off. That come in this club. 2 girls that I work with ask me those questions. The girl at Lady Godiva's that pulled me in the bathroom. What in the hell happened in Dallas? Those men shit themselves every time Fabian's name comes up. What the hell happened? We are told we're not allowed to let you talk about it. I don't think it's any of their business what you talk about. Right? I don't either. Why is it my responsibility to make you like him? He's supposed to make you like him, not me. What's wrong with him that he can't do that? He's mentally ill and mentally disabled severely. Our shrink said he will not pass a cognitive reasoning test my first grade patients take, because if he can't tell cause and effect by now, if you fuck with Cynthia, you get caught and told on, not loved and wanted. It's been that way every day for years. McNamara email, Mr. Perry. We think you don't even know what that means. You act like you have no idea. So I'm asserting my First Amendment right to free speech. I can do what she's doing and talk about the crime. Duh. Wow. In America? Wow. That's not crime. What's crime is what you're doing to me, causing me to lose my house. Interference with contracts and commerce with intent to coerce. Fraud upon a court. Intentional deception upon a court. You've done it over and over and over and over. You're big on concealment. I've not been in one of 4 court proceedings because you like concealing material facts pertinent that could change the outcome. Had the deciding body had the information. By law, I had to file a police report in the state where I live. I gave the example of Walmart and Target. If I'm working at Target and they require 3 breaks a day for 10 minutes, Walmart says you get 2. You take a third, you're fired. I'm on my 3rd break at Target. It is required policy of the company. And you got Walmart guy comes over and says, you're fired. Well, I don't work at Target. I mean, at Walmart, I work at Target. It's required at Target. Go fuck yourself. In Oklahoma, where I live, for 8 years, sir, I left. I've not been in Lubbock for 8 years. I hate that town. I wouldn't go back if he paid me. I hate it. Tommy Tuberville did too. He left without even dignifying you with goodbye. Guess where he is right now? United States Senate. You'll never be there. You don't exercise good judgment. You act like you don't even understand what people say. We can say our opinion. I can be pro-choice, and it's none of your business. It has nothing to do with stalking. Stalking isn't part of your legislative duties. As it turns out, I'm not. I did go through some period of time in about 2013 after you blew my family up with Tristan, where I questioned what I believed. Questioning what you believe is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. And it doesn't mean you switch sides. It means you're questioning what you think. I questioned it. If I'd had an abortion, I got pregnant with Tristan out of wedlock. I wasn't married. His dad was in and out and then back and forth and in and out and back and forth. And he just blew up our whole life with what you did. He did and you did. But he's a kid and you're not. So, everybody told me when I was young and got pregnant with him, you got your whole life ahead of you. You don't need to have this baby. You need an abortion. And I said, that goes against everything I believe in. I wasn't even a Christian then. I didn't go to, I was a party animal. I didn't do drugs. I've never done drugs. I never even smoked pot, but I drank like a motherfucker. I partied. I had a good time. So, I enjoyed my 20s. Nothing wrong with that. But I wasn't a Christian. But that meant something to me. There was a person. I'm not going to have an abortion. And in fact, I talked to a friend of mine. Two of me and her, a friend of mine, got pregnant at the same time. And she called me. What are you going to do? I'm thinking about an abortion. What are you going to do? And I said, I'm not going to have an abortion. This is a person. We both had our children. We both. Because of that conversation. I'm worried about a chief of police that you took his life. Don't tell me you're pro-life. Go fuck yourself. You're full of shit. Nobody believes you. And the more you talk, the less we believe. So, as it turns out, when you blew our family up and you used my kid to do it, then I wondered, would it have been better if he was not born and he never knew disappointment and he never knew trauma and he never knew all this heartache? He's just with God in heaven. Would it have been better for everybody had I done it that way? I begin to question. I didn't come to a conclusion I'm willing to share, but I'm going to tell you I'm pro-life. So, nothing wrong with questioning your beliefs, especially when you've had something happen that's negative, Mr. Perry. I can speak for myself, as it turns out. I have a high GPA in school, so high you had to ruin my computer to get my grade to come down. You got to have a meeting sitting around trying to make me fail. It's pathetic. So I assert my equal protection, Captain Gimpy, to the 14th Amendment, equal protection of the application of the laws, domestic violence laws, anti-stalking, anti-hacking, anti-peeping, anti-coercion, anti-witness tampering. All of those laws. And when you got a guy coming into the state, across state lines, and hiring a proxy solicitor of prostitution like Pinto, I recorded him for you. I could have just had him kicked out. I didn't. I got him talking. He says you could run him politically, and what do I say? Don't give a shit. You know what I care about? That he leaves me alone. And then you want to get me on dancing with socks on so I don't poke a hole in the furniture? There's no sex act there. And it would be selective prosecution because everybody walks around with their shoes off. Their feet hurt. Or they're like me. They're going to do an air dance at that point. You're standing up. You're not sitting on top of the customer. And every cop that came in, just keep your feet covered. Wear socks. There's no sex act. There's no money changing hands for the act of taking your shoes off. People take their shoes off because their feet hurt. Mr. Perry, listen to the words I'm saying. Your doll and your little girl act, shove it up your ass and shut up. I don't want to hear from you. So if you're going to throw me in jail or give me a charge of prostitution because a year after I quit dancing, because Mr. Perry's running for election and he needs a smear campaign. Nothing happened while I'm dancing. He wants to wait till he's running for election. We've heard you all talking about that too. That's recorded, Mr. Perry. He needs Cynthia in jail so he can announce. Because she knows where the bodies are buried. Yep, it's not equal protection if Mr. Perry gets away with soliciting prostitution and then I get in trouble for a year after I quit dancing for having socks on. My feet were covered. There's no money changing hands for the specific... If the act is prostitution, when you take your shoes off, there has to be money exchanged for that specifically. If that's the specific act, that's a problem. There wasn't any, ever. Nobody walks up and goes, if you'll walk across the floor with your shoes off, I'll pay you a little something. Never happens. Never ever happens. If you'll do a lap dance and take your shoes off, I'll pay you a little something. Some ask Richard. He came in and did that. But I had my shoes on with Richard, but my strap broke. Damn it. So I had it. Actually, we have these plastic straps that you can replace them. They're replaceable. They cost about $10 to replace. So I'm giving Richard a lap dance, and thing broke. So then I had to walk around with my shoe off to go get the new strap. Write that down, Richard. I remember that. Targeted selective prosecution is illegal. I quit dancing a year ago. Now you want to get me on that, but not Pinto and not Charles for soliciting $5,000 for a night of being creeped out. That is not equal protection. That is gender discrimination. Captain Gimpy, Richard. Yep, our guys didn't think that was cute, Richard. That's how they got you. They're all over you. About the ringtone. You want a ringtone. Richard wants the ringtone. Yep, you're pissing off the wrong people. People that care about women and children who are being starved and homeless by a bunch of old farts who can't get a life and get a real date. Go get Connie Curry. She loves you. She will kiss your ass all you want. But fuck off me. Because when you don't, you get caught. And told on. And caught. And told on. And caught. And told on. More than ever in your lives before. And you're not all there. So it seems like you have not a clue what that means. This guy. Our guys are like this guy.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone. I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
Alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Okay, terrorizing women like this, Mr. Perry, is not a date. It is not how you get women to like you. It is, for you, getting your crime caught more than it has ever been caught in your life, because you've always been a little sicko, pathetic. You've always been a little twisted weirdo. But this time you get caught when you do it to me, and you're not getting that. You're stupid. It's so easy, it's not even fair. Terrorizing women like this, not cool. You're pissing off the people who can do things like get me the Fabian puzzle in jail. Wasn't up to you. And find out you want my ringtone. Wasn't up to you. And find out when you've talked to the landlord and said kick her out. Wasn't up to you. You need to control yourself and shut up.
Stalking me! Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again.
What
I don't ever
happens-
want to hear your voice, Neal. Please,
what
God
happened-
bless you, but
what
please leave
happened?
me
But
alone. Please leave me alone. Please, stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't.
Alright, now I'm gonna close with this, Captain Gimpy. Here's the thing. All across the country we got cops. We got cops who have trust issues with citizens right now, trying really, really hard to rebuild rapport after the whole Derek Chauvin thing. Because for some reason, people are unable to differentiate in their head the difference between a good cop and a bad cop, and the bad ones ruin it for the good ones. So now everybody wanted to defund cops and get rid of all of you because one guy did something stupid. But that's how America thinks. I don't know why that is, but that's how they think. So, when you were not there for me, I'm a cop family, and you give my police report right to the offender who ruined my evidence, obstructed justice, smeared me because it's an election time, and ruined my life. I lost my home then too. You pissed off a whole lot of police that don't think like you. They're the anti of you. The bad ones ruin it for the good ones. They're trying to build rapport with citizens. Guys like you fucked that up. People don't like corruption. Let me say it again for you, because you're slow. Citizens hate corrupt politicians and police. Hate it. Because now you erode the trust in the system, in the justice system. You pissed everybody off when you did that to me. And then it got worse when you weren't there for Mike. And then when I'm suffering, and I don't have electricity, and I don't have food, and everybody's trying to get me kicked out of my home to coerce a lie, and you weren't there, you pissed them off even more. Mike is not home. That's pissing people off. You stand up for cop family. It's expected. It's just what you do. And you didn't. So that resonated with a whole lot of people. And there's one guy that I'm going to quote. Doesn't mean he's the only one that talked and expressed his opinion and his disgust with TPD. But he's one guy that said it very articulately, kind of overall summary of what everyone's thoughts were. I have a stellar reputation. And if you'll throw your own family under the bus for a sick piece of shit like Charles Perry, you'll do it to anyone. And so now, I don't trust them. They bring me something, I don't know that it's legit or not. So I won't work with them. Because my stellar reputation, I'm a good cop, is not going to get ruined and degraded by the likes of them. And he used the C word about 40 times talking about Charles Perry. He called Charles the C word about 40 times in that conversation. He was mad. He was furious. So you need to understand that our actions say who we are. And our actions in adversity while we're under pressure say what and who we are more than anything. Because anybody can just play the role of a good person while everything's great. What are you going to do when you're under pressure? Are you going to crack? Are you going to become wicked like them? Or are you going to rise above it and kick some fucking criminal ass and put a stop to it? And everybody has that choice. And everyone lives with it. And everyone lives with it until the day we die. Because this is not a video game. You don't hit the reset button. You do something and it's done. And it's out there and that's it. And you do it over and over and over and over. Now you have a habit and a pattern, and this is just who you are. It's not that you're a good person who made a mistake. It is now just who you are. That is your character. So I have done without electricity and food and a home, and had my car wrecked and wrecked and wrecked and wrecked and wrecked. Because I chose to not lower myself to the level of a skank, sex weirdo, child pornographer, cop killer. Allegedly, Mark. So, you do what you do. We all live with what we do. I'm sure you can live with what you've done. I certainly can live with what I've done. And I've suffered. And it was... I can't imagine not helping Mike. I can't imagine it. It is the unimaginable to me. So there's that. Now, everybody does what they do. Just make sure you can live with it. Because you will.
Stop stalking me! Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalk